Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the official podcast, episode 265, coming to you right after Christmas. Well, pretty close to Christmas, in fact. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Belated Christmas.
Or Happy New
Happy
Year's.
New Year.
Actually, yeah, Happy New Year's. It'll be close to, but this will be after Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy Holidays. What did Santa do for you guys this time? What did he leave you under the tree?
You know, I think I'm becoming.
God.
I think I'm becoming this old grumpy fuck in my life now. I think I'm finally ready to acknowledge it because I got a bunch of like toiletry supplies, like shampoo and soap and stuff, and that's all I wanted. It was great.
Yeah.
I was really happy to receive it.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
That's what getting old
That's
is.
cute. Yeah. I mean, like all the nice stuff I just buy for myself, and you know, I don't want people to buy for me. So I'd rather just get like useful stuff, like hand soap and a pair of socks. You know, just things that you don't replace often that you should.
We're obviously in a very fortunate position, and like I genuinely don't know when people ask me what do I want for like Christmas or what do I want for my birthday. I have no clue because usually like I can, just get what I want for myself.
I've
so
had
it's like
on that same thing. I had a couple friends tell me that I'm really tough to shop for, just because the four of us kind of do what we want. So, well, I guess Kaya's different. Kaya, do you just demand everything from everyone?
No, I demand nothing from nobody, but I did get a gift from Mariah, who's actually in the server. I got a set of whiskey glasses, a pair that have Wormlord engraved on them.
Oh,
Jesus,
so
that's so
thank
cool.
you. That is
very cute.
I actually love them. I literally threw out my old whiskey glasses. I only use these now. I feel respected as the Wormlord.
Why Wormlord?
What do you mean?
Because I love worms. Armageddon, bro.
Yeah,
Come
what
on.
the hell? He's the Wormlord.
Yeah.
I didn't even connect that.
Jesus, Charlie.
It seemed more like an insult or something, like a slur. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a Turkish slur.
We took 1 week off for the podcast, and you forget that he's the Wormlord.
I just forgot about worms, man. Like everyone else in the 21st century.
Hey, fuck you. It's still the best game ever made.
It is good.
What
I
did
don't
you guys
disagree.
get, Jackson, Charlie?
Mainly just got close. I didn't get anything like too wild. I guess it's not true. My dad got me a gun.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah.
To protect yourself?
Just because like he like we'd been shooting before and it's always been fun, so he got me like a new gun.
Oh.
Yeah. Then he got himself
what
one
gun?
too for
Matching guns?
I don't remember what it is, but it's like a fucking assault rifle.
Holy shit.
Maybe he's gonna hunt you down one day
Oh,
for
sweet.
sport.
Yeah, you're the
Charlie Rittenhouse over here.
world's most
It's
dangerous
really
game.
he and a friend of ours that Andrew Rex, went all out to make it look cool. So I had it coated in like little water drops. It looks like an actual fucking weapon skin from Siege. It's really cool.
That is
Oh,
fucking
so
cool.
It's actually custom, like, made.
Yeah.
No more. The skin is anyway.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Did he do
that's
that
really
before you got it or after you got it?
Before.
So
they've
you
been working on it for a
literally
couple
opened a
months.
loot crate on Christmas.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have
How
you
about you,
taken it?
Jackson?
Have you taken it shooting
Oh,
yet?
sorry.
Not yet, but we will pretty soon.
Did he buy you bullets for it as well?
No, bullets are like really rare, so we'll probably just have to like, I don't know, use whatever place we go to's ammo, if they even do that anymore.
How are bullets rare in America? I would assume they're just giving out like candy.
Well, because everyone is buying them. Like, there's a shortage of bullets.
What the fuck?
It's fucking crazy.
Good old
Does the
COVID
military know?
panic.
Is the military? Yeah,
Bullets
COVID
are much
panic.
harder to find than guns, Jackson.
Why
Like
are you saying
here in Europe,
fine?
especially.
I assume they're made. They're not like foraged out in the wild on a bullet tree.
Well, they have
but
to
when
be ethically
everybody's buying
harvested.
them up.
Ethically harvested. Oh wait,
From the
bullets
bullet
and
farm in
guns,
Mad Max.
are the bullets and guns made in like Asian, child slave markets, or are they made ethically within America?
That's
Depends
a good
on the
question.
bullet, I
don't
believe.
know.
Because that'd be really fucked if you create like weapons of death through like slave children.
That's all you had to say. Be pretty fucked up if you created weapons of death.
True.
Yeah, but not like Charlie's gun. That's a weapon of love. A weapon of love.
Jackson
and
shoots peace, like Cupid's arrows.
Peace and democracy. Jackson, the reason so bullets being more difficult to access is also a thing in Europe. This is why they're so fucking scared of 3D printed guns right now, because like you can print your own gun. That kind of sort of works even, but you can't print bullets yet, obviously, because you need like gunpowder and shit. Yeah. So,
but then you just print the gunpowder. Then you're fine.
Well, I hope so one day. That would be fucking awesome. Imagine if you could just print any element you want. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
That's like
create
Star
a homemade
Trek
nuke in your fucking garage.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be great.
This is kind of on topic, I guess, in a certain way. What do you guys know about antimatter?
It's the opposite of matter, right?
Fuck off.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So I watched a video on antimatter on stream the other night, and it blew my fucking mind. So 1 gram of antimatter would be worth $25 billion. And if you had like even the smallest iota of antimatter and you put it on the tip of a bullet, it would have enough power to blow up like a fucking city or something.
So why don't we, like, how do you get it?
So right now, the only way we get antimatter is through the Large Hadron Collider, which is that one, I think it's in Sweden or something, that's miles and miles long, the particle
one
blaster.
The one people thought would end the world, right?
Yeah. They actually occasionally get antimatter through the collisions, but the thing is they can't store it.
Right.
And the amount of antimatter they get there is so minuscule, like it's so hard to even measure how much they get. And the longest they've been able to store it has been 17 minutes.
Well, then we got 17 minutes to use it to destroy a city somewhere.
But the amount they harvest, it'd take 100 billion years to get a single gram of it. So it's not exactly like feasible.
They'll be rich then,
God,
though.
it's like Bitcoin mining.
Yeah.
What's the problem, Charlie? Like, is it the speeds that we smash the atoms together that's not providing the results, or?
Well, we don't know a ton about antimatter. Like, we're still learning about it.
We haven't tried communicating. We haven't figured out its agenda.
No, I haven't diplomacied it yet.
I still don't really know what it is. Is it, by the word like antimatter, it sounds like something that
naturally occurring in black holes.
Yep, it's out in the universe.
Yeah,
but we can get it on Earth through that Hadron Collider.
Well, why don't we just go out to the universe and get it?
Because we still can't store it.
Fuck, we're so stupid.
I know, it's fucking crazy though, man. So when that touches anything, what makes it so hard to store is it literally can't be around any piece of matter at all. Otherwise, it annihilates itself, which is the word they use, which sounds awesome.
So how do they store it then?
Well, I don't know how they did it, but they did like store it temporarily. But it has to be completely devoid of any and all everything in order for it to exist.
Does like even like elements like, oxygen and stuff?
What do you mean? What?
Like the atoms like of oxygen, like the things making up everything around us.
Yeah, it can't be around any of that, otherwise it annihilates.
So you have to store it in a perfect vacuum. Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
It's fucking cool though. So it releases 100% of its energy. It's wild. Antimatter blew my goddamn mind.
Just because of the power behind it?
Yeah, like the sheer power behind it is just nuts. A single gram, I think, like if you took that whole gram, which is estimated $25 billion, if you took that gram and annihilated it, like you let it touch something, I think it was enough explosive power to destroy like 10 Earths.
25 billion like really isn't that much for that much power, I think.
Yeah, but I think it'd be the time
should be
investment.
A little more expensive. So you're telling me Elon Musk can annihilate 100 Earths if he could just buy it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if he should have that power.
It's not about like, even if he could buy it, he'd have to invest 100 billion years in the future to have it. So it's not like feasible.
No, he could buy it for 17 minutes apparently. That could be more than enough time.
Yeah, but it's not a lot.
Yeah.
For 17 minutes, he could have enough to almost measure. Like, it's not helpful. Like,
Yeah,
it's
wait.
not-
What happens in this kind of dosage? What are the effects that they have on the? Oh, well,
literally nothing, because it's so small. It just vanishes. It
Somebody-
just poofs out.
Charlie, somebody in chat is saying that's trillion, not billion.
Oh, is it trillion? I
get
thought
it
it was
wrong?
billion. I thought it,
Maybe they're saying 62 trillion. I don't know. Fuck,
Oh.
I don't know.
I can't. I
All
thought
I
it was
know is
billion.
that
Yeah, I forgot
Probably
the antimatter
100 years
experts were
from
in the
now.
chat.
Here we go again on the official podcast, weighing in on science.
Yeah, we have never had a single
keep doing
episode.
this?
I can't think of a single episode where we talk about something scientific and someone in the chat isn't like, I happen to be an expert on thermodynamical physics, and here's where everyone's wrong in a nice little bullet
If you
point.
could
like
show
this.
you my thesis, then you would understand.
All
Like,
I
I was
know
trying to
is
quote the video. and
100
got it
years from
wrong.
now, 100 years from now, we're probably gonna have all that technology in our smartphones, and all it's gonna do is help us take better selfies somehow.
We'll have
Fuck
antimatter
Yeah,
smartphones.
antimatter selfies.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's fucking cool.
You send them through a wormhole. Holy shit. Let's get on it.
It'll antimatter all your blemishes and shit. I don't know.
Fuck yeah,
I still
dude.
want to know. So if fucking black holes are just made of antimatter or whatever, I really want to know what's inside them. I really want to know what purpose they have in the
Well,
universe or
yeah,
why
Black
they're
holes
there.
are crazy.
Black holes are just gravity, right? Like they're just infinite
No.
gravity.
No, I think it's the complete absence of all of that, right? Like, not even time can escape a black hole. I don't think it's like intense gravity or anything.
Well, gravity
I thought
gravity
it-
causes
yeah.
I thought it
time.
was infinite gravity.
Yeah.
it might be. It might
Yeah,
be.
if
I
it's
don't
if it's
remember.
infinite gravity, then it would be nothing, I think, because I believe gravity is what causes time. It's the forces of gravity acting on things that causes time.
Man, this is confusing.
but it's
I need to
more
watch
than just-
Interstellar again to
it's
figure
just
this
more
out.
than time.
Time is weird. Is time a natural element? What's time? Ah!
I don't know.
It's
We're
really
gonna have
aligned.
19
Donahue
experts when
in
this
here.
episode launches in the comments. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
wow.
gravity? Gravity
Gravity's that
causes
overrated
time.
movie with Sandra Bullock and nothing more. That's it.
It feels like that episode of SpongeBob with is mayonnaise an instrument? Is gravity an element?
Yeah.
Is gravity time? Does gravity cause
There are
time?
high schoolers smarter than us. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, well, do
they
they have a podcast? Huh?
Yeah, they actively study this shit
That's
in their
true.
little AP biology and
Yeah,
anatomy
let's
and
talk
whatever.
about that. I'm
Charlie
tired.
watches a video on YouTube passively for half an hour.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
They
I'm
are not the
tired
same.
of the deception that children are smart. I'm tired of this charade, this fakery. Shows like Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, as well as those YouTube videos where it's like, this 7-year-old can name every state capital, but these dumb Americans cannot name 10 of them. It's like,
Oh, I
okay,
hate
can
those
that
too.
7-year-old file taxes? Can they calculate interest on a loan? Can they do anything that anyone like gets a degree for? No, they just know random trivia that we forgot because we got old and prioritized our knowledge. Fuck children. They're stupid.
Kids are dumb, man. I think kids suck.
They do. They're awful and dumb and annoying. And
They're dumb.
oh, God.
Andrew, are you ever going to have kids?
Maybe.
He just bullies him.
Yeah.
What's this useless trivia you're doing in this
fucking
homework
kids.
assignment?
Learn your taxes, kid, so you can do my taxes.
What's the capital of Idaho? Wow, you know, you're such a nerd. Nerd.
I can go back to school, nerd.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
Nah,
fair, that is much better knowledge on how to do your taxes and how to, I don't fucking know, like deal with
Yeah.
insurance frauds
That's
and
like
shit.
that
It's useful.
age-old
Oh,
Oh, you know the
argument.
capital of this one country you're never gonna be in.
That's like that
Adults-
age-old argument that children always, well, my peers always used to use in high school. Like, we're not actually going to use this lesson in math, so why do we need to learn it? It's just, I don't know.
They're not
it's
wrong.
Just dumb.
Well,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
are
yeah,
some
yeah.
things that you just don't need to know. Certain math concepts, absolutely. The basics, absolutely. But you don't need to know the capital of some like obscure fucking island in Asia that you will never visit nor will ever have an impact on your life unless relevant. Let's say it's in the news because, I don't know, it gets hit by a nuke or a new coronavirus breeds there. Then yeah, you should learn about it because then it's relevant. But most of the shit on the planet doesn't matter to you. It doesn't affect you.
It's kind of
You know what I think
up.
is genuinely the most useless thing that people are taught, and a lot of people like to flaunt their knowledge of? Geography. It's so worthless. You could just pull up a map and find things. You
I
know?
love geography.
Geography's so... It's only there for, like, trivia.
That's
I love
exactly
geography.
what
You
it
can say
is.
that about
There's-
everything, though, and I think the boomer teachers just haven't caught up with the times yet. That's the age-old argument for why can't you use a calculator during a test, right? It's like,
I know.
True.
You're
Why
not
do
going
I
to have a
have to do so much
calculator
fucking
in
head?
your
I, like-
pocket at all times, and yet you do. You
yeah,
fucking
I
literally
will.
do.
It's the 21st century. I have a calculator on my watch. Like, I don't need to
feel
do
like
all
I'm
this
back in high
integral math.
school.
now.
Well, wait, I had this fucking discussion with my family at Christmas. Why doesn't the education system like prioritize real life education? So we have plenty of learning on old historical things, like, oh, here's English. Learn about all these classic literature
It's important
works.
to remember your history.
But Jackson, why don't they teach useful things like here's how to take out a loan and balance a budget? Here's how to fucking like clean a house properly.
You got to work up to that. Wait, we did learn how to like.
But
clean stuff.
that's where I was going. They do have home ec, which is
Yeah,
a nice
home ec.
start, and they have shop. But why don't they keep it going? Like, oh, here's how to write a resume.
Podcasting,
Here's how to
yeah.
use organizational skills. Well, podcasting's a little much. but
He's had
schools
to drop a
don't.
banger episode.
Schools don't fucking teach you like useful life skills. They do a little bit, but they prioritize on things that realistically you will never know in like a few years or work with.
I genuinely hate this argument, this whole conversation, really, because it's the exact conversation that Jake Paul made a song out of last year or the year before.
No, his was fuck teachers.
Oh
that
my
was
God.
super different. That was very different.
No, he was literally arguing in the song, why do we have to learn about this if it's useless?
I don't think the
I'm
problem's
not saying
not
any-
Can be right.
the problem's
I'm
not
also
the
not
teachers.
saying it's useless except geography.
And the
I'm
problem
just saying
doesn't
geography's
the
useless.
problem doesn't have to be the teachers, it can be the curriculum. It's all like government run and fucking like mandated and standardized. Teachers should be allowed to teach and do what they want with it and use their fucking knowledge and actually make something interesting and helpful, not have to follow this gridded rubric fucking bullet pointed lesson that doesn't apply to everyone.
I think it's a good idea to have a standardized curriculum, but also I think that like there's already, you could sign up for those kinds of classes where you learn to clean a house or do your taxes or stuff.
But not every
Or you
school
can watch
offers
YouTube.
it.
No, but I mean in communities and stuff, like there's usually...
Yeah, but the whole point is that kids go to school to learn. That's their whole job. That's their whole day. They shouldn't have to do extended learning to learn actual life skills. It should be invested in the curriculum.
Well, the other problem
I think
is
school's
just
more
how-
about like learning discipline and stuff like that. That
Oh
make you-
God, ew. I mean, that's like the worst. Oh, I'm gonna take somebody else's children and I'm gonna teach them to respect me. Fuck you.
No, I mean respect the learning process, like making your brain malleable to
Oh.
knowledge and stuff.
I understand
I don't know,
that.
man.
Expect.
Like the funniest thing that I saw during this pandemic, especially, is because so many schools shut down in-person teaching, so parents had to actually sit down and like homeschool their kids from
That's
time
the
to time.
weirdest shit to me.
It's like mind-blowing how many of them came to the realization that, wait, you don't need 8 hours a day to teach this kid shit. Like, we literally
Yeah.
went through all of the topics in 2. And it's because they waste so much fucking time in class
but-
with, like, teachers are spending time breaking up fights.
Homeschool
reminds
kids always
me-
turn out the weirdest though.
When
So-
I was, this is probably the same for you, Andrew. When I was in school, through middle school and high school, school started at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Nowadays it starts at like 9,
Yeah.
which is so much better. But I had to get up at fucking 6 a.m.
Yeah.
every goddamn day for for about a decade.
I think mine
Yeah,
started
waking up in the
at,
cold winter nights.
I think mine started at like 8 or
yeah,
7:30.
mine was 8.
Yeah,
Mine
it
8.
was either 8 or 7:30, and I immediately knew and agreed. I was like, "Why is this so early? It doesn't make any fucking sense."
What
There's
time?
there's even been studies that are coming out lately that teenagers need more sleep than average people because it's like the
That's
height
right.
of puberty where their brain is developing. So when you're forcing
Preach,
teenagers
yes.
to wake up early and stay up early, you're actually making it harder for them to learn.
I need sleep.
We all
Is
do.
there anything in
Yeah,
that report about
Everybody
me?
does.
Well, you know what would help you get a better night's sleep? Maybe if you exercised and worked out and used your muscles.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
how
Jackson.
would I go about doing that, Andrew?
Well, you could start with FitBod. I mean, if your New Year's resolution is to get in shape, which I think I read that a while ago, that the number one New Year's resolution is to get active and get in shape. So this might apply to some of you. Maybe you can use FitBod. FitBod's going to use an algorithm to create data and adjust a dynamic fitness plan just for you. You'll have access to a personalized routine on the easy-to-use mobile app, and you can make progress on your goals anywhere, anytime. And some of you are thinking, well, I don't have a gym. I live in Siberia, in Reskaven, Siberia, in my cabin, where I dig a hole in the ice so I can fish and not fucking die of starvation.
Geography
That's
expert.
okay. That's okay, Svetsveld, or whatever your name is. You can do at-home workouts with FitBod. No equipment or gym required. There are tons and tons of different plans that are gonna help you get in the shape that you want to hit. Whether you exercise 3 days a week or twice a day, every workout will be proven to be better than the last. You can get 25% off a membership when you sign up at fitbod.me/official. Kick the new year off right and get a customized fitness plan with FitBod. That's 25% off your membership at fitbod.me/official.
That's
Hey,
right,
thanks,
James.
FitBod.
Thanks, FitBod.
And you're wrong, Andrew. The most common New Year's resolution, at least from Boogie, has been to
What a segue.
stop angering, feeding trolls and listening to trolls, and he does it every single
That's
year.
not gonna
And
work.
He did it again this year. He did it again this year.
Jackson, I
and
can hear
within
the
6
excitement in
hours,
your voice. It's fucking palpable. You just wanted to roll right into Boogie as fast as you could.
within 6 fucking hours of making his New Year's resolution tweet, before the New Year's even started, he's already back on the
But that
hater
doesn't
train.
count. He
Yeah,
tweeted
it's not the
and
New
he
Year
said
yet.
that. Yeah, that doesn't count yet. By the way, I have
no faith.
I'm in a betting pool on a giveaway relating to that. So I'm in for a $400 prize if he takes his 2 weeks. If he makes it 2 weeks, Boogie, can you just please hold off on feeding the trolls for 14 days?
Are you fucking out of your 2 weeks, Kaya?
Yeah,
no
I-
shot.
that's-
I
that's
don't
an
know why you
awful
throw
bet.
away $200 like that, Kaya. That's kind of
Yeah,
stupid.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm not paying anything. It's a giveaway.
It's going to be
yeah.
within the same day. It's going to be within the same day.
I know. I genuinely think it'll be about a week before he goes back to arguing with people on Twitter. I say 1 week.
I say a day.
I was
I
also
don't
thinking
think
1
you-
week, but the 1 week price pool was only $200, and I saw the 4,
Oh.
and then past that it was like 600. But I knew he's never gonna make it past like 2 weeks. That's not gonna happen.
We should get
you
a
guys-
giant betting ring together, like a website, like a CSGO fucking skin farm, but about celebs like Boogie. Just all their habits. Should be fun.
Well, yeah, that would be cool. Do you guys believe in New Year's resolutions, or do you have any?
No,
No, I've
Nah.
never really done any
do
of
those
those.
don't-
ever really work for people?
No,
No,
they
I
don't.
think as soon as you
Most
as
of them
soon
are
as you
given
say
up
it,
on
you
within a
give up.
month.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a thing where once you say you're doing something, you've already gotten all the self satisfaction out of it, so you have no real.
Well, it's
motivation
also
to do it.
it's also people don't realize the way that you make changes gradually. So a New Year's resolution is supposed to be a drastic idea, like, all right, starting January 1st, no more of this shit. And it's like, oh, you've been doing this shit for years. Your brain's used to this shit. In a way, you like this shit. You're not going to change overnight. You're going to be miserable and forcing it. The way that you make these life changes is one small step at a time. It's the same with dieting. It's the same with anything like that. You're not like instituting a big change into your life. You are changing your life, your habits, your normal, and that takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I don't think most people are capable. I think it's possible, but I don't think most people can do cold turkey. I'm not gonna eat fatty foods anymore. I'm gonna work out every day starting January 1st, whatever, and then like 2 weeks later they get burnt out. Isn't it a thing that like most gyms make most of their money in January?
Yep.
From everybody signing up for the year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Never works
I don't
out.
believe in occasions like that. I think that if you want to make a change, just do it right now. I don't
why
believe
not?
in waiting for like occasions or markings or like, oh, that's when I'll do it. Just do it now. There's no reason to not do things like that now.
Yeah, I guess if you're already waiting for New Year's to do it, you're already kind of leading off on the wrong foot because you're like creating excuses for yourself or like giving yourself room.
Procrastinating.
Yeah.
What you
which is
should
not
be
a good
doing
sign.
if you out there are listening, I guess this is going up after New Year's, but in general, if you're those kind of people where it's like, all right, on my birthday, I'll do this, like I'll start working out, or oh, New Year's, that's when I'll stop drinking, etc. What if you want to really follow that? You should start planning for that day. Right now, start planning, here's what I'm going to do, here's how I'm going to go about it, instead of just expecting to like start on that day. That'll help a lot. That's what people don't do.
I think Boogie should nuke his social media right now. He shouldn't wait.
It would have
You
been
really
a lot
wanna win
better.
It's true.
400.
Do you think if Boogie makes a comeback, like if he deletes Twitter, if he stays off of any social media, really stays off, deletes accounts or hides them or just doesn't do anything and focuses purely on making good content, he could make a comeback?
He's not capable of making good content. His content for the last... I'm sorry, Boogie, if you're listening to this as an honest review. it genuinely is just not good content. It's like... It's
Couldn't we have
pre-played
talked
out
about
at
this in
point.
2 weeks, Jackson? That way I would have won the bet. But
Yeah, he just gives
publicly
up now.
calling him out. Damn it.
No, it's when his ex-wife left, I think all of the talent left as well. she was apparently the writer of the Francis stuff. And It's
Really?
just kind of gone downhill. Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I've heard.
That explains
anyway.
a lot, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, I don't think so. Plus, there's just so much online about him that people can find now, and people are just gonna like copy paste that shit in the YouTube comments and such. So, I don't think so. I think his career is kind of like irreparable at the moment.
I don't know. I think he could do it if he just stuck to like video game news or whatever. Wasn't that his shtick? Like just talk
Yeah,
about video
like
games and
gaming
Magic the
stuff.
Gathering cards and whatnot. Instead, like last time I looked at his channel, the last 3 videos were like, "I'm giving up. Here's a response to my haters. Here's what I did wrong." It's like self-flagellation, almost as if he gets off on it now.
He absolutely does. He's got to. I don't know how you can constantly put your foot in your mouth so often if you're not also jerking off to the idea of it. So I think he gets off to it. I hope he gets off to it.
I think,
Oh, it
I mean,
doesn't
we
make
talked
sense.
about this earlier. I think it's just control. He's just not happy without having total control, or he's a control freak, or he's insecure and he just wants to
But
try
he
to
loses control so much.
Yeah, and he's trying so hard to maintain it, but on the internet, you never can have full control of what you do. So, oh well.
Good.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys gone back to listen to the episode that we did do with him? I think it was like episode 47.
No.
No.
I'm so nervous to
you?
go back to see how much he manipulated us into us thinking that he's a cool guy.
Jackson, you should make
Really.
it your New Year's resolution that you'll listen to that episode.
Oh, it's gonna make my
To be
skin
fair,
crawl.
back then it wasn't nearly the same level as what's happened over the last. That was 4 years ago now. So over the last 4 years, it's completely changed.
Damn.
I don't
he's
think he
completely
can
changed.
change. I think he was just better at hiding it.
That's possible, I guess.
or maybe it
but
wasn't well known. Because wait, no, that was definitely the time he was divorced at that time, right? Because
He had just divorced. Literally just divorced.
Remember, he was before we recorded the show. He was going on and on about how he is fucking this new girl and nerding in her mouth, in his words.
Very cool, Boogie. Very cool.
I thought that was cool. I was like, this guy's handling it well.
Yeah,
He's fucking.
That's a healthy coping mechanism for years of marriage ending.
Getting young women on what's that sugar baby site? Seeking Arrangements, I think,
Yeah,
because
Seeking
apparently he has like
Arrangements.
3 different profiles on it,
He knows what the ladies like.
all
He's
verified
good-
with like premium.
No. If you're listening, Boogie, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas.
Sure sounds like you did.
Yeah, thanks, Jackson. I'm sure he appreciated it.
Yeah.
It's gonna get another awkward DM now.
So, to take us back to the start of the episode, since I didn't get a chance to say what I got for Christmas, I'm sure you guys were all waiting to hear what I got, so I figured I may as well tell you guys now. I got socks, and I don't know, I was pretty excited about
Yeah,
that.
it's fun,
Was
right?
that your only gift? Yeah, surely. Was that your only gift, or did you get more?
I got a candle from my brother, which was nice, and I got like houseware stuff for the new
Nice.
house from my grandparents. But then, yeah, socks as well.
Do you like candles too? I love scented candles.
Oh
now.
man,
I don't know
love-
why.
are we on the candles
love
train?
Candles.
Oh man,
Candles are so good.
we got like fucking 5
Dude,
candles
yes.
at Christmas because my girlfriend likes candles, so everyone bought her candles.
I fucking love
They're
candles.
so good. I wish I didn't discover this so late in life. Like coffee scented candles, chocolate, dark cherry is the fucking bomb. I have one right here. I love this stuff.
I have one brand of candles that I really love. They do these really nice scents, and not to be like super boring or whatever, but there's one that's just like vanilla caramel, and it's so nice. It makes everything smell so fucking delicious. Yeah, I love candles.
It just
Charlie,
didn't-
are you a big fan of candles?
I like candles. I don't have very many, but I do like them. I always
Just the
appreciate when other
vagina-scented
people have
ones.
them. Yeah, I just have the Gwyneth Paltrow vagina and orgasm.
You're a
and
sick
Ethan
man.
Klein's butthole.
Yeah, you're a sick man. You bring shame to the candle game.
No, I'm a pioneer of the candle game.
What were you gonna say, Kaya?
I forgot, but now that you mentioned Ethan Klein, I remembered that Boogie on his Seeking Arrangements profiles, one of them is his photos with Ethan Klein and Gila Klein on the podcast. So he's like trying to flex, like, I'm a famous person. I've been on this huge show with these other famous people.
Oh no.
I can't remember, but did he have like Gamer of the Year in his bio or something, or like a picture of him with Jeff Keighley?
Well, he did
I
win
think
that.
He did. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he did. He is a
Could
Gamer of
be.
the Year recipient.
which shows how morally
remember.
corrupt the Game Awards are. Or I guess even they got manipulated.
No, the
to a
Game
certain
Awards
degree.
have gotten good. They're pretty good
Yeah.
now. That newest
The
Game
last-
Award was the best one ever, honestly.
It was better than the last couple E3s as well.
Yeah,
which is
For
surprising.
sure. It wasn't even close. It
I
was
look
much better.
forward to the Game Awards more than E3 now, like, just straight up.
I think to some degree it's still very ad heavy, and I get that it has to be because it needs to make money or whatever, but the award to advertisement ratio kind of is annoying.
I get it though, because their budget is
Well, the whole show is
shockingly big.
advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why would it really have
Okay.
to be big? All you have to do is get the arena, which, yeah, that's expensive. But Jeff Keighley's working for free, I assume. He's just there for the love of the game.
Yeah, but
Sure.
think about all the celebrities they involve.
Were there celebrities?
Yeah, remember
Last time?
Keanu's
Yeah, well,
there and
Keanu-
fucking
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
there's
Yeah.
tons of actors who
Yeah.
show up.
They had a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
other
yeah, yeah,
celebrities.
the presenters. Yeah, I
Hang
forgot
on. Do you
presenters.
guys want to talk about The Matrix? Has anybody
yeah.
seen it
Oh,
yet?
I haven't
God,
watched
don't
it
want
yet.
It hurts. It hurts. It fucking
Let's
hurts. man.
talk. Let's talk about The Matrix.
Don't
Spoiler alert.
spoil
I would say
it.
spoiler
Well,
alerts, but
yeah,
it's
I want to
so
watch
predictable.
it. I haven't seen it yet.
There's
Oh.
nothing to be spoiled, Andrew. I promise you. It's like the
Okay.
most predictable shit. Like,
It was.
I don't even
it
know
was
what I
very
could
sad.
spoil.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, it's
Andrew,
fine.
you should probably just not watch it. I think if you
No,
like,
I-
watch it.
Actually, honestly,
I love The Matrix enough that even if it's bad, I want to watch it.
Yeah, I will say.
yeah, but
it
Andrew,
is,
this
it
is like it's an insult to the
Yeah,
franchise.
but it doesn't ruin the franchise either. It doesn't
Okay.
like
You can just
take
ignore
away
it.
from the trilogy.
Yeah.
As long as
It's
it
its
doesn't
own
ruin my
self-contained
enjoyment of the
shit.
Path of Neo on PlayStation 2, then we're good.
Oh no, nothing can take away that joy.
Yeah. Okay, it's go ahead and spoil it. I'll probably forget everything we talked about by the time I watch it anyway.
Yeah, who wants to start? Charlie, what are
start.
your
Can I
problems
start with
it?
Honey?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
start
yeah,
with
yeah.
start
Oh,
with
yeah.
Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
So I watched something better recently, and I have to interrupt you guys to talk about it. It's important to me. It's called Honey. I mean, everyone shops online. Everyone sees a promo code field. Everyone doesn't know what to do. They throw up their hands. They go, let me type in some promo codes. The Matrix. That didn't work. Keanu Reeves. That didn't work. You know why that didn't work? Because you're not a machine. You're a human. You're going against the Matrix. Why don't you get a machine to do your work? One that can support over 30,000 stores online. Honey's just going to be there whenever you check out at those stores. It's going to pop in some promo code links into that promo field and get you free savings by doing abso-fucking-lutely nothing. I've been buying some tech accessories lately on a big shopping platform. Starts with an A, ends with a Mamazon. And let me tell you, I've saved money just getting little doodads and cables and things that I need for what I do by doing nothing. Honey has found over 17 million members, $2 billion in savings. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on those savings. It's literally free and installs in seconds. By getting it, you'll be doing yourself a favor and doing the podcast a favor. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/official. That's joinhoney.com/official. Now that the ad is over, your final spoiler warning for The Matrix Resurrections, I think.
Yeah.
Just a warning. If you
in
don't want to be
general,
spoiled,
really.
last chance.
Just a warning in general. We're going to be talking about some dumb shit. So.
Yeah.
Did you watch it, Jackson?
Heartbreak warning.
No, but I've seen what do you call it? Like synopsises or
So I have
threads where
not
they go
watched
into
it, but I will say I've been spoiled on one thing, and I want to know if it's true, because if it is true, it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Is it true that Agent Smith sacrifices himself?
No.
No.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Well,
so
he whatever. I'll let Charlie start.
yeah, we can get into it. Agents, I think what they did with Agent Smith is a bit of an injustice to the character, but
It's an abomination.
yeah. So, all right, so I binged Matrix 1 through 3, right before watching
Three's just as
Resurrection.
bad. Well, not just as bad, but
The
really
third
bad.
one
three's-
is bad.
3's actually better than I remembered it being. I remembered hating it when it came out, and I rewatched it, and it's still not good by any means, but it's still a lot more serviceable. Like it's a good climax with Smith.
I think we can agree that Resurrections is by far the worst of the whole bunch.
It's
Yeah.
not even close. It's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not only a bad Matrix movie, it's just a bad movie. So after watching all three of them back to back to back, basically, I went into Resurrections immediately after. And I swear to God, the whole first half of the movie is almost nothing but a montage of the first three.
Yeah.
Really?
There is
Yes, that is so
just-
insulting. So, Andrew, what they did is, have you ever seen the Member Berries episode of South Park?
Yes, yeah,
where they're
yeah.
like, member Wookiee, member Chewbacca, yada, yada, yada. It's basically that in a movie form. They had the audacity of smash cutting to the older Matrix movies, which had way more style.
No, like
So
the
first of all, they
actual
got rid of
footage from the old
Matrix style.
movies?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
it is just
Yes.
it's the
They
same
They didn't
footage.
even like refilm it or redo it? That's
No,
crazy.
It's just the same footage.
No, it's the exact same footage. And they're like, oh, remember this scene from the older, better Matrix movies? Like, yeah,
That's
I remember.
insane.
Like, why are you rubbing it in? And what was I going to say? So, Charlie, to me, the biggest injustice with Smith is, so they recast Smith and they recast Morpheus. And Morpheus,
Yeah.
who was a mentor figure to Neo, he was never as powerful as Neo or anything, but he was still more knowledgeable, and he was like the guy honing the chosen one, right? Turning him into a weapon or whatever the fuck you want to
He's
say. He was a
literally the
sensei.
one who kicks his ass in the Kung Fu dojo.
He does that again, by the way.
Kinda. No, he doesn't. But guys, in the new movie, Morpheus is a comic relief character. I'm not even shitting you. The first time you see him, he stumbles out of a toilet stall in a bright, like mustard-colored suit. He's like, "Hey, remember me, Neo? No? Oh, okay."
And then he jokes about sequels, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far
Yes.
as to say he's just comic relief. I wouldn't go that far because he does have, like, he is integral to the plot and he does have serious moments. Like, I don't think it was the actor's fault by any means. They just completely redid the character and made him much, much goofier. Like,
I don't think it's-
significantly
I don't
goofier.
blame the actors for any of this.
Yeah,
They're just actors.
yeah.
I blame the writers and the directors and everybody else.
yeah.
Like the fucking, they can't do anything about it. The poor actors, they're
So-
just stuck there, including Keanu. Even he couldn't save this fucking abomination from itself. But so to give you an idea, Andrew, imagine. So first of all, you know how the Matrix had some style? It was like this. They almost
yeah,
looked goth,
it was-
and
it
they had
was,
these rave scenes, and it was all green tinted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
to
get
find
rid
the
of all
fucking
of that.
visual
Now
look
imagine-
of the 2000s, yeah.
Right, yeah. Now, get rid of all of that. Now, imagine the Big Bang Theory, but they talk about the Matrix. That's literally the first 20 minutes is these characters that all look like Big Bang Theory extras talking about how
no.
amazing the Matrix is. That's my other problem with this fucking
Oh
movie.
my
is
god, it was so
it's the
unsufferable.
directors. jerking themselves off for 2 hours about I'm 14 and this is deep. The Matrix is
it the
about
same
so much
directors?
more
Is it
than
the
just a video
Wachowskis who made
game.
this?
Yeah, it's the Wachowskis.
Yeah, well, it's only
one
it's
of
only
them.
Lena.
Lana.
It's only Lena. Yeah.
Okay.
Lana
Well,
or Lana?
they've fallen off
the other one
recently,
fucked
so
off.
I understand that. Lately, they have not done good work in the last many years.
But Andrew, so when he says they suck literally just sucking the cock of the first 3 Matrix movies, that is the entire first act, because in the movie,
no.
Neo is a game developer, Thomas Anderson, and he made the Matrix 1 through 3. So they constantly just reference Matrix 1 through 3 and show scenes from those Matrix movies ad nauseum as people talk about it was actually a commentary on the capitalist society and this and that. Oh my God. It was
so brilliant.
It
It was the
so
smartest
silly.
movie ever made. It
was so silly.
deep. And then the movie goes like almost sets itself a higher goal in the Resurrections. They're like, okay, you know how the bullet time revolutionized the film and the game industry in the first Matrix, so we need something like that in Resurrections. But then you never get anything like that in Resurrections. There's literally nothing groundbreaking in it ever.
Yeah,
I guess
it doesn't
Neo
even
gets a
try.
shield. Neo gets a force field.
Apparently, again, I haven't seen it. I've only read synopsises of the plot and stuff, which just already sounded like I didn't want to watch it. But like, apparently, a lot of the shots are just reverse shots of characters talking, and then the action scenes themselves are just so awful. Apparently,
Oh no.
The action scenes are
the
bad.
action scenes are
They are
shit.
bad.
They
They
are
are not good.
They are poorly choreographed and they're very quick cuts. I don't know if you noticed, Charlie. Like especially in the train scene, there's a cut every half second, which is annoying.
And oh my God, and they only fight zombies. Like they're like the agents are nothing
They
anymore.
only
They
fight zombies.
actual
Thank you for
zombies. It's
noticing.
So bad.
So
I was
that's
so
what,
pissed off.
that's
It's
what I
like-
wanted to ask. I know Morpheus was recast, but they recast Hugo Weaving.
Yes,
Oh,
and
man,
he's
he
just
was
the most
perfect.
generic. He doesn't have nearly the charisma of Hugo Weaving. He doesn't nearly have any of the like, I don't know, the drive or the reasoning behind his like. He doesn't have the motivation. He's literally just generic CEO douchebag in this movie. He
Wow.
literally just goes around saying, "Oh, look how handsome I am, and now I'm free, Neo. Bye." That's like the whole point of this fucking shit show.
did you feel like Anderson had to be in this movie, the character?
No, so I said that when I did the moist meter. There is literally no reason that couldn't have just been a new character. Like he
Yeah.
has nothing in common
Yeah.
with Agent
Especially
Smith
if it's
except for him saying
recast.
Mr. Anderson. Yeah.
Now, do
He
they
had
do they
nothing in common.
explain
doesn't.
how in the movie? So at the end, Neo becomes a god, right? He literally can just do anything he wants in the Matrix. Do they
Well,
explain?
and Trinity. Yeah.
Yeah, do they explain in this new
he's
movie
no longer
how,
the chosen one.
Yeah, so do they explain why he just suddenly isn't Superman anymore?
He is. But so is
Yeah, he
Trinity.
still is.
So then how is there
other
any
thing that-
problem in the entire movie when Neo can literally just rewrite the entire world?
Because so the way they kind of explain that is he's lonely. So because he's lonely, he doesn't really have his powers anymore.
He's not with Trinity. I assume.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They do this thing where like Trinity and Neo love each other so much, and keep in mind that throughout the original trilogy, they knew each other for like 6 months or something. But their love is so deep, you guys. The problem is that if they get together, they're too powerful. So the Matrix has to
Yeah.
keep them just at the right distance. And the way they did
That's
this
the
was by
fucking plot of
making
Hancock.
Yeah, kinda.
literally.
That is pretty close, actually.
Good lord.
And the way they did this is they make Neo a game developer incel, and they give Trinity a husband in the Matrix whose name is Chad. I'm not shitting you. This is an actual scene in the
That is
movie.
absolutely intentional.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot his name was Chad.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, but also Charlie, don't forget, New Smith, CEO douchebag Smith, doesn't even call him Mr. Anderson anymore. He's like, Tom.
He calls him
I
Tom.
missed you, Tom.
He calls him Mr.
so
Anderson one
lame.
time, but not in the cool way that Hugo Weaving did. He just goes, Mr. Anderson. And that's about like the only time he
need to
even
watch
addresses
this.
him as such.
This sounds awesome.
Dude, it's more like an SNL parody of it, Andrew. Like,
Yeah,
it
it was-
genuinely
oh
doesn't
my
feel
God.
like a real Matrix film, especially without like the whole. I don't know. I know it's like kitsch and it's cheesy at this point, the green tints, but without it, it didn't feel right. I don't know why.
No,
I felt
it
like,
didn't.
they're gonna bring it back at some points, right? This is like supposed to be a scene in the real world or some shit maybe, and then it's gonna switch to the filter again. But no, it's literally shot like The Big Bang Theory is shot, with all the same humor.
It looks ugly.
Yeah, no, it was really kind of an affront. Like I said,
why did it need to exist if it didn't have any purpose behind it? That's weird.
This is what blows my mind, because in the beginning, you'll remember, Kaya, they're having like this pitch meeting for a new Matrix game because they're trying to get Thomas Anderson to design the next one, and they're really meta about it. They're like, yeah, the first three were known for bullet time, style, commentary on capitalism, and this and that. So this new one, we're going to have to make it about more mindless action and more bullet time and less thinking and this and that. And it's like, okay.
Do you remember when Agent Smith says, sorry, Neo, but the word comes from top. You know, Warner Brothers owns us now, and they said we have to make a new Matrix. That's how meta they get.
Yeah,
it's
they literally.
I can appreciate that, but it sounds like they didn't. I can appreciate if they're getting meta on it, because I mean, the Matrix is this kind of meta life, but it doesn't sound like they did it well.
No, but even then though, like everything they said, like they were being very meta, and I thought what would happen is they'd break away from it and be like, okay, so they're feeling pressured to make this movie, this and that. Well, they're at least going to make it good, right? They're not going to just make it mindless and silly, and then they do. It's everything they were saying during the pitch meeting that they hated is exactly what the movie became in the second act. They literally just fight fucking zombies with quick cuts during all of the action.
And it's not fun, mindless.
Trash. Yeah, it's not even fun,
silly or fun, mindless. Oh, by the way, they have robot sidekicks now. Like, it's a fucking Disney movie. So they introduced these little drones. So in the real world, you guys... Yes, literally, in the real world, they now have robot sidekicks who defected from the machine realm to the human side, and they're like these cutesy robots.
When can I buy the action figures?
That's all for merchandising for sure.
Wait, Kaya, do you remember out of nowhere, they go to... So in the previous Matrix movies, you'll remember the train guy, and then he had that family and that little girl, and she became kind of a small character.
Hari, Sati... Yeah.
Sati, her name was Sati. So she comes back in this movie, and she has a sidekick robo-bird named Kujaku who comes out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere. Kujaku swoops in to save the day. Kujaku takes them all to Trinity's
from Harry
pod.
Potter.
Yeah, it significantly sillier. Oh my god, it's just a robo
it feels
bird
like
out of nowhere.
That moment when Kujaku comes and lands on the old lady's shoulder. It doesn't land on her shoulder, but like it swoops in to save the day. It felt like the last Airbender live action. Like it felt as if this was a better anime, and then they adapted it into a shitty live action show. That's the feeling I got in that moment.
It was so weird.
How did you guys feel about Keanu?
I think Keanu still has.
I mean, he's fine.
Yeah, I still think he has the ability to do good action and everything, even at his age. Like, I mean, just look at John Wick.
Yeah, all three John Wicks were really good, right?
Yeah, he's still crushing.
That's not what I'm talking about. Let's talk about the Matrix. How was he in the Matrix?
Oh, his character was
fine, but he couldn't save it. It's not the actor's fault at all. It's not writing. Yeah, it's not Keanu's fault. It's not what's Trinity's name? Marianne.
Carrie and something.
Yeah, she couldn't save it. And the thing that annoyed me also is that they could, like, the director just squatted down and took a big fat shit on the entire premise of Neo wanting to save the real world and being the chosen one. Because in this movie, Neo is like, oh, fuck humanity. I just want to fuck Trinity and be with her. And also, I'm not the chosen one. And turns out at the end, he's not the chosen one. There never was a prophecy. Sad. It's Trinity is just as powerful as he is.
It's like what happened with Luke Skywalker or something.
Yeah, it does sound similar.
Yeah, it was very silly. Like it was not.
And like Charlie said, the main baddies in this movie are the zombies. Literally, what the Matrix does is they override regular people or NPCs or some shit, and they just turn into zombies that pile onto you.
Here's an important question: is there a brand new character that gets a lot of spotlight?
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris.
The analyst.
Okay, so what I'm thinking, well, is he like a protagonist, like part of the group?
No, so he replaces the old architect.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just thinking, like, if they're doing the Star Wars thing where they take Luke Skywalker and kind of ruin it, part of that you could assume was to like boost, like, oh, now it's time for Rey and Finn and Kylo Ren. Is there any of that?
Isn't that like Bugs' character?
Not really. Bugs is just more there to like beat ass. Every time she's around, she's usually just beating ass.
Oh, I think she ass.
Oh, I thought you said she's cool. Ass. Like she's just existing as ass.
No, she just fights. Like when she's around, it's usually just we need to go fight zombies.
Okay, that's different.
I thought she was fine, and because she was very just fight.
She doesn't add anything.
Yeah.
But she doesn't add anything. Her entire personality is, and I'm not kidding you, she has blue hair. I feel like they thought that was edgy enough in this day and age. Like, oh yeah, she's gonna have blue hair and she's gonna shoot one agent and 27,000 zombies, and that's her personality.
Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of development or anything. What was your question?
I don't know.
I said, does she talk about her blue hair? How is it like her entire personality?
Well, she just doesn't have a personality.
She doesn't have one.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, so I just had to go by, okay, visually, what's this character supposed to represent? And it's nothing. It's just a blue-haired character kicking zombie ass. It's like a mobile game character.
Why do you guys think Lawrence Fishburne didn't come back?
If I remember correctly, he couldn't.
I don't know.
He had some kind of conflict with his scheduling or something and couldn't come back or
that
some
happens
shit like that.
pretty often. Yeah.
But it's the Matrix. How the hell would you not?
I just have to wonder, like, how would this movie have been different? Because it was literally written without him and Hugo Weaving in mind. Because if they were here, the entire movie completely changes, like entirely.
Yeah, like, whatever. I'm not going to go into the detail as to why, but the whole point of them recasting Morpheus is that it is a new Morpheus and it's not the original.
Well,
it's not fun.
I read that the original Morpheus died in like the online Matrix game.
Yeah, he does. Oh, yeah, he does. The Morpheus canonically dies in the Matrix online game. That's so right.
Dumb.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Oh my god.
What was the online? That sounds like a cool premise. Like an
the
online
Matrix
Matrix.
the Matrix had an MMO and it was really short-lived. It went nowhere, but it had story cutscenes that you could follow, and they were canon. The fucking creators of the Matrix were like, "Yep, this is the continuation of the Matrix." And there's this really shitty, fucking terrible cutscene where Morpheus is shot by an agent and just dies, and that's it. Morpheus is just dead.
I played the game when it came out. It wasn't very good. It was okay.
Why do they hate their franchise so much?
I mean,
I don't know.
To be fair to the Matrix, to like do a video game canon adaptation, that's kind of ahead of its time. And for the Matrix, that makes sense to try to push technology like that. It's just, looking back on it, it's extremely silly.
Yeah, but now it just almost feels not even passive aggressive. It just sounds like they're very, very pissy that they even have to do this. Again, with the Warner Brothers commentary, they're like, I guess we have to make this shitty movie. It's gonna be about silly zombies. I don't know. It's honestly one of the movies in the franchise I would not recommend.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be watching it. It's on my list.
I think you should. You should just have a day where you watch like actual franchise garbage from good franchises, like the last Airbender movie, and then this.
Oh yeah, I've been away for 2 weeks for Christmas stuff, but now it's time to start packing away the movies, getting them done, ruining my life.
Yeah.
But one thing I could do now that I'm back is shave with Manscaped.
Oh, you better.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be 2022. It's 2022. That's the year of clean and shiny balls. And that's why you're going to save your balls this year and make them drop into the cleanest and sexiest 2022 you've ever seen. Set your first New Year's resolution with good intentions and join the 4 million men worldwide who use Manscaped. We've got a fun exclusive offer, and it's going to help you get the Performance Package 4.0, where you'll get the signature Lawnmower 4.0 electric trimmer designed to trim hair on loose skin. If you've got perfectly smooth, pristine, wrinkle-free balls, well, I don't know what to tell you. But maybe you could also use the advanced skin-safe technology to reduce cuts and nicks on your delicate nuts. It comes equipped with a 4,000K LED spotlight that will shine a light on the promised land of 2022. You'll also have the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver, which will take a unique formulation to have you smell good down there. And you'll also get a nice little travel bag and anti-chafing boxer briefs as free gifts to keep everything all packed away nice and tight. You can get 20% off and free shipping by using code official at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using code official. New year, no pubes in 2022 with Manscaped.
Thanks, Manscaped. What'd you say,
Thank you.
Andrew? 2022 is the year of fresh balls?
That is exactly what they told me to say.
Better be. Is that
I'm not kidding.
a part of the Chinese calendar? Year of the fresh balls?
That's right. How could you not know it's Ball Year's Eve? Come on, dude.
Fresh
Yeah,
balls
man.
and bad sequels. Yeah, so that left a bad taste in my mouth. And Charlie, you know what the most awful part of that movie is? It delayed John Wick 4 by a year. Because
by a
Keanu Reeves
year?
set to work at this. Yeah, John Wick 4 has been delayed to 2023 because Keanu Reeves set to work on this fucking movie.
What? It couldn't have taken more than a month of filming. He didn't do much. He literally sat at a fucking desk.
Good Lord.
He jumped off a high rise.
I mean, admittedly, like, towards the end he does stuff, I guess, but... I don't know.
I mean, they drive around downtown New York or something and they run from a horde of zombies. Fun. Great.
Now imagine if instead of this movie, Warner Brothers decided to do something insane, something crazy, and create a new property. I know it's unheard of, it's insane, but they take fucking Keanu Reeves and they make him John Hackerman, and they make a kung fu like big epic cyber hacker action adventure that's kind of like The Matrix, but it's a new thing. So that way, if it's bad, no one cares and we all forget about it. But if it's good, you have a whole new franchise to branch off of, instead of, I don't fucking know, reviving a 20-year-old film franchise that ended conclusively and already had a bunch of spin-offs.
Yeah, it ended conclusively in The Matrix Online.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
We know the fate of Morpheus. That's all. But God damn it, can they stop reviving stuff just to do a bad job when they clearly don't
because
have
it
an
makes
idea?
Money. Plus, we need things to talk about, Andrew. Please make more of this shit. Make more shitty movies.
I like when they make shitty movies.
Yeah, it shows that they don't know anything. It's fun.
They clearly just make this shit without having any idea of what they're doing.
That's what I don't understand. Like, they did it with Star Wars. Why didn't you go in with like a strong plan?
I know.
I don't know. It really feels like they wing it, because apparently it wasn't by design that Lawrence Fishburne and Hugo Weaving weren't in this movie. But it feels like the movie was literally made without them in mind. They wouldn't work in this movie. They wouldn't fit. They wouldn't have a place in it as it currently stands. So I don't know how the fuck they even make movies
they wouldn't.
like this.
It's like, yeah, I have no idea. That, by the way, the thing, Andrew, you may have heard that Smith sacrifices himself. That's not true. He basically comes to a truce with Neo.
Yeah, for no
Not
reason.
a truce,
really.
but he's like, I'm gonna bail you out just because this, I don't know, the analyst rubbed me the wrong way. I still hate you, Mr. Anderson. No, Tom. I still hate you, Tom. But this one time I'm gonna bail you out because, yeah.
I
So
don't
it's the
think...
start of a friendship.
Charlie, you rewatched it. I don't think Agent Smith calls him Tom except one scene when he's doing it to make a point.
I don't think he ever called him Tom, ever. I don't remember it. He only ever referred to him as either
neither.
Thomas Anderson or Mr. Anderson.
Maybe I'm thinking of Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Hugo Weaving had style. Lawrence Fishburne had style. The first three movies, even if you don't like the sequels, had style. This movie has nothing. It has none of the charm or the looks.
That's the fucking problem I was just talking about. These movies have no direction. They have no idea. They have no concept. They have no plan. They're just, oh, let's make it. So the idea with the first fucking Matrix films is someone goes to the fucking studio and they go, we're going to make a kung fu movie about cyber hackers, and it's going to be about like the modern internet, and it's going to have all these like things in this thing, and everyone's like, great, that seems cool. But then these new movies, someone goes, let's make another Matrix, and then there's a 20-minute long silence and someone chimes up, about what? And no one answers that question. They just kind of figure it out. It sucks.
Yeah, they just go,
they ask that question.
Hey, remember Barry's? Remember this scene? Remember the Frenchman from the castle in the second movie?
Oh fuck! I forgot he was in this. Oh my god! They turned the Frenchman. What the fuck was his name? Merovingian.
The Merovingian?
Like
he has the Merovingian or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he comes in out of nowhere as a homeless man who just starts spouting nonsense during a fight in a warehouse.
Oh my god.
And he's a meta joke. He breaks the fourth wall. He's like, this is a shitty sequel. I will stay here and fight you, Neo, until you make a good sequel.
Does
like,
Keanu Reeves then look at the camera
this?
and he goes, looks like they resurrected the Matrix, and like start laughing?
He shrugs like it's The Office, just stares at the camera.
Yeah, he does the oh god, what's his name? The guy in The Office, the main guy,
Ricky
Jim.
Gervais.
He does the fucking Jim face at the camera the whole time.
Yeah.
Good lord.
It is pretty wild.
So the Wachowskis are hacks then. I'm taking
Yeah,
this.
they
The
have been for a while.
Wachowskis haven't. Yeah, the Wachowskis actually have only made box office flops for like the last decade.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. They made Sense8, which was an awful TV series. They made Jupiter Ascending, which was fucking
That
terrible.
movie
Oh,
bombed.
that was
That's
bad.
one of the biggest
Oh,
movie
that was
bombs of all
bad.
time, I think.
I think
It's
it's
gotta
fair
be
to
up
say
there.
they're one-hit wonders now, and I also think it's fair to say that Matrix as a whole, as a franchise, sucks ass. They have like a 75% miss ratio at this point.
I'm gonna give them points though. Have you guys seen Cloud Atlas?
I've heard nothing but good things about
I
Cloud Atlas.
actually love that movie. That movie really fucked at the box office and no one really cared about it, but I watched it a few years ago. I think that movie's genuinely really good.
I've
It's
also
underrated.
heard nothing but good things about Speed Racer, which comes from them.
Yeah, that's
You've
getting
heard good things about that?
I will give kudos to the
I am
other
serious about that,
Wachowski sibling who decided to wash their hands off this whole project, said, fuck it, Lana, you have fun with it, but I don't want my name in the credits. So one of them just jettisoned themselves.
Yeah, Lily Wachowski said no thank you. I've had enough Matrix.
Yeah, man, they have literally
it's a shame.
only directed The Matrix as their big hit. I thought they did V for Vendetta, but it turns out they only wrote it. They didn't direct it.
Oh, even still, that's a very huge contribution.
It is. Oh, apparently no. They were even uncredited for V for Vendetta. That's how little of a role they had in it.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, that's a huge movie.
How do you
Well, that's
write
a
something
shame.
and then not get credited? What the hell?
I mean, there's probably a big
Get
team
fucked,
of
I guess.
writers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Matrix
one
Resi-
sentence.
So, like, you would think with a new Matrix movie coming out, it'd be huge no matter how bad it was. It fucking flopped. It has not performed well at all.
Is it
Yeah,
theaters
I
only?
figured as much.
Yeah.
No, it's
Duh,
HBO
because
Max
there's
too.
people like us telling everybody don't see it.
I was gonna say I figured as much because I didn't go see it, and that's saying something.
Well, apparently it got fewer box office numbers than Sing 2 or some cartoon movie the same weekend, and now the Matrix
Yeah, but
fans are like
Sing's
coping
massive.
about it. They're like trying to defend the movie online, going, well, that's because the Matrix was on HBO Max, and so those numbers aren't being counted. Actually, this movie had a massive opening, which I don't know. I don't know if I believe that.
You guys should like do yourself a fun favor and read the Wachowskis Wikipedia article at some point. There's a lot of great quotes here. They have a whole section called gaming, and the first line is, Lana and Lily are self-proclaimed gamers.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, that's the other thing that
That's
I
disgusting.
feel like they would be. They made an entire canon MMO.
They absolutely are, but the fact that they have to be self-proclaimed gamers, what does that even mean?
As if like a council elects them as official gamers.
Yeah, they're not official. They just
Weird
say
how
they
they
are.
say.
Good lord.
no,
I like to
not a
consider
good one.
myself a self-proclaimed gamer.
Man,
You
Matrix
play
Resurrections.
dinosaurs in a zoo.
Yeah, true. You only play like Jurassic Park Revolutions.
Not true.
Yeah, apparently
right now, the box office for Matrix Resurrection is 20 mil.
Oh God, that's terrible.
God, that's awful. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah,
Jesus,
apparently.
how much did they sell it to HBO for? Do we know
That's
that?
a great question. No, I have no idea.
Hey, wait,
I'm just looking
isn't
at box office.
HBO owned by Warner Brothers? Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a good question. What was
I
the
think it
budget
is,
for
yeah.
this?
Yeah, it's owned by Warner Media.
190 million.
Oh my God!
Wait,
Really?
for Resurrections?
Yeah, it says so on the Wikipedia.
That did not look
And the
like a
box
$190
office.
million movie. That movie did not, like, the visuals
No,
were
it
not
did
very
not.
good.
That must have all
Holy
gone to
shit.
Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves. Or
I was gonna say Neil Patrick Harris.
Okay, so
yeah,
apparently
all of
the box office numbers have been updated. It's up to 66 million, but that's still a horrific flop so far.
Oh, okay.
that is still not enough to justify a sequel unless they sold it to HBO for 130 million.
Well, HBO's owned by Warner Media. And
Yeah,
also,
it's 22 million domestic and 44 million international.
Oh, okay. So it's doing better, much better international.
Yeah, but even then, that's
not
still a
really,
huge
yeah,
flop so
yeah.
far.
what you
Yeah.
got to remember, and we say this every single time, is you take that movie budget and then you pretty much double it for
Yep.
marketing as well.
Yep, true.
So,
And there's been a lot of marketing on this movie.
yeah,
Oh no,
like the Game Awards. Yeah.
that fucking sucks.
I know.
On
I
that
wish they
note-
just made a good movie.
Good lord.
Maybe next time when they resurrect the Resurrections again. Resurrections 2. Alrighty. Let's end it there for this week. Thank you everyone for listening to the official podcast. Patreon.com/the official podcast for bonus episodes. Yeah, thank you for joining us. And we hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, and we hope you had a lovely holiday season with your family
And a
and
new year.
friends. Yeah. Hope you had a really good end of the year. And we really hope the next year is really good for you too. So we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.